Hello. My name is Dajohn White,
My name is Ian Santillan.
And I'm Ayanna Forte.
and we are the Rebels of Peace.
So we're going to start this conversation today talking about mental health. It's something that has been a little bit more of an open topic recently, something that people are starting to advocate for when in the past, it's something that a lot of people try to not talk about and hide. So we're going to start by talking about mental health in minority communities.
Okay. Mental health in minority communities, like, that plays a big factor in what the criminal race is in city of Chicago, because like a lot of teens go through a lot of stuff as far as trauma, like seeing people die. I for myself have seen people get shot, and I lost some homies due to gun violence, and like that hit me because like I ain't know how to cope with that, and like my only result was to lash out and go do criminal stuff. But I didn't, because I've been learning about the way of I've been learning the new understanding of the mind, which is mind, consciousness, and thought. Like, you don't have to put every thought that you got into action. You can sit back, take 10, and like relax first, and then try to think of new and different outcomes to go through with the situation. But with some teens, they don't learn what I've been learning. So like they see red and they go pick up a gun and just do red things, because like they don't got the help and the resources that I have had in the past and now. So I know that if they have resources, they can make better decisions in their life, and they can become peaceful with their inner self. So if another situation come up as similar to losing a loved one, or getting into, like, if you get jumped on, or even like with family or relationships, you can take 10 and sit back into another peaceful thought come in. It's like a train. Like, if you on the subway and like you see a train coming past, this is from a male perspectives. If you see a train full of boys, like, it's like, and you by yourself, like, that's not a good train to come on. That's like the same thing as a thought. If you see red and a train like a thought comes by, that's gonna be a negative thought. So like, if you just wait on another train, a more or less public train, and there's less people, to take that train, because that's gonna lead you to the place you're trying to go to in a peaceful way. Just like the thought, you can wait upon another thought to come through, and then once a peaceful thought comes through, you can take that thought and put that thought into action.
Great. So let's talk a little bit about PTSD and how it's treated when it comes to veterans and people who are coming back from war, versus how it's been treated in minority communities and how it hasn't really been acknowledged when it comes to Black communities and other minority communities. So as well, we can all kind of know from experience, like when people come back from war, they're kind of excused for the actions they take. A lot of people make excuses for them, saying, oh, they must be struggling with PTSD because they saw people die. They might have had to kill people when they were away in another country. But we also have to acknowledge the fact that in minority communities where there's a lot of violence, just like the story that you shared, Dajohn, like a lot of young people are facing a lot of trauma, losing people. Can you speak on like how many friends you've lost this year alone?
4.
So how did that make you feel?
Rage. It made me feel, like I shared earlier, it made me feel like I wanted to go put the hurt back on the people that hurted me. Instead of me just being hurt, I wanted to go retaliate and get revenge on the people that killed my homies.
Yeah. So like, what were any resources given to you other than, now you have the Rebels for Peace, but were any other resources provided for you to help you cope with the trauma you may have dealt with?
No, only by like the people that I hang around. Like, ain't no like real person. Well, my homies real people, but ain't nobody reach out to me. Like the news crew ain't come do a story up on our losses. Ain't nobody donate no money to us. Ain't nobody like come out to our community and try to help us cope with our deaths. People just said, "Oh, they from Chicago, so like they used to that, so they don't really need no help."
So there's no like counselors.
No counselors, no people that's trying to talk to us to help us cope with the loss that we just had. Just family members. That's it.
Yeah, it's crazy because like where I went to school, like in the Northwest side, you have like overstaffed counselors. You know, they're always ready for kids, and you know the violence isn't even that persistent in my communities at all. But they're like so quick to have resources over there.
Yeah, that goes back to the whole fact that there's definitely a lack of resources and a lack of funding in a lot of CPS schools and schools across the city, especially in minority communities. You know, I can speak on my school. Like, we faced 3 staff deaths this year, and there were no like grievance services or anything of the sorts. So it kind of all makes you think, like, shouldn't schools, where we spend most of our days, like, provide us with some type of resources to cope with the things we may be dealing inside or outside of school?
For sure, especially like in the areas that need it the most.
Right.
Because like if something like that were to happen in my school, not only would they, like I said, they would have these counselors, but they would actually come into the classrooms and say, "Hey, we're here, students." You know, they'll make little announcements during class hours, and they would encourage it. And it doesn't seem like where you guys are from, like they get that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like back to what Ayanna was saying about the resource. I feel like if it's more groups or organizations like us trying to like go out into the community and try to help the community, I think more people, teens that lost people, like they'll be more open-minded to new routes that they can take to go through about every situation instead of staying with that same mindset they've been staying with for the past years. They can be more open-minded and learn how to talk to other people. And once they learn what we've been learning and they know how to be open-minded and take different routes, they can pass that on to other people that need help, like their friends and like their family members or just random people. They can be generous and go help other people. That's what a ripple effect will start. Mm-hmm. And then once the ripple effect start, like you're gonna see like major change in different communities. People gonna be more open-minded. People gonna like the fights gonna stop, the shootings gonna dwell down, because people gonna have different mindsets and they can see like being normal isn't the best thing. Like, dare to be different. Like, you don't gotta be what everybody expect you to be. You can just be you. Then once they know that they can just be them, they can have their own state of mind. Once they have their own state of mind, like, ideas just blossom. It just start coming out of nowhere. Like, somebody get jumped on or get killed through a family member. It's under a lot of stress. They can think of creative ways to go through about every situation instead of sticking with the same normal route that they always been taking.
Mm-hmm. And where do you think they could learn that from?
If, like what I said earlier, like if different organizations or us, we go out into the community and we go help them and we teach them what we've been learning. Mm-hmm. And like show them like there are different routes to every different situation, because the mind is a very, very strong tool that you can use about in every situation, because the mind is the most powerful thing that you can use. And if you use it to the full extent of its ability, it's wonders. Like, you can do a lot more stuff than what you've been doing.
Yeah, like I don't think we're even fully aware of like the power that our brain has.
Yeah, like like if I'm not mistaken, we don't even use over 10% of our brain. Mm-hmm. Like, but if you pass that, like, it's a lot of wonders that you can do once you figure it out, learn about it, talk about it, and put it into your everyday life. You will be more successful. You will have more inner peace, and you can pass it on from generation to generation to generations.
And it's not an easy thing either. It's not like you hear about it once and you're like, oh, I can use my brain to the full extent. It's like that's why it's about spreading the message. Exactly. Getting people aware that this kind of way of thinking exists, so they could want to get to learn about it.
And then, like, once you do learn about it, it's not a guarantee that you're not going to be angry or you're not going to feel depressed or sad about anything. Like, because we're human beings. Everybody got emotions. You're going to feel sad. You're going to feel very stressed out and emotional, but it's how you
channel
it and take different routes to every different situation instead of just going about that one route.
Yeah, it's not like some magic solution, you know.
Right, like a lot of people think like this
instant
is
results.
Yeah, like it's just as soon as I learn about it, oh, okay, so I'm just this genius now. I use over 10% of my brain. Like you gotta go to sessions, you gotta like what we've been doing, do activities, have fun with it, like put it into your everyday life. Like you just gotta work with it. Then once you work with it, it's just gonna come instant. You gonna see change in you. You gonna see like you're not angry, you're not yelling at your children, you're not fighting with your best friend. Like you gonna see a major change in your life. And once you learn about the principles and the new understanding of the mind.
So, should we wrap it up? Yeah. Okay.
And we are done. This has
been our podcast
from Dajohn White,
Ayanna Forte,
Ian Santillan.
And we are the Rebels of Peace.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.